Hello tech folks, warm up your workstation. A shocking vulnerability found recently, which is so critical. You might think, come on, we just seen Log4j. What is this again? What's happening in the IT industry? So let's not be a panic. Let's see what is this and what we can do.
Let's look into the details of this vulnerability. These are the metrics of these vulnerabilities. It is nicknamed as a Spring shell and the Spring 4 shell. And the type of this vulnerability is remote code execution, and some tracking ID also has been assigned, which is 22965, and it has uh, 9.8 CVSS score, which is so critical. And you can also find the CWD ID details. So what is the problem of these vulnerabilities? If your application has the vulnerabilities, then attackers they can easily execute an arbitrary code on your system. So if you wanted to know more details about it, on how we are going to execute that piece of code in your system, which is having these vulnerabilities, I will mention some links in the description, some POCs links. Let's just go to that links and check out the code. The who has reported this issue? So this issue was first reported to the VMware uh, by the code platters and FG Security Labs, and also this report was received from the Patreon as well. So who are less impacted? There is some criteria uh, to know the impact of these vulnerabilities, which is if your application is running on the Spring MVC, Spring Webplex with the versions 5.3 and less than or equal to, and the Java 9 and it is packaged as a var. Let's say if your application as a packaged as a jar instead of a var, then still as of now there is no attacks or there's no vulnerabilities received on the jar packaged projects, but still it's good to update, it's good to fix this issue as well with jar projects. So let's discuss about the workable solutions to fix these vulnerabilities. The solution one is to upgrade your Spring framework uh, with 5.3.18 or lesser versions. If you are using the Spring Boot, let's go ahead and update with the 2.6.6 versions. The solution 2 is to upgrade the Tomcat. The solution 3 is to downgrade the Java to the Java versions to the Java 8. If you don't like the solution 1 and solution 2, then you can upgrade your Java JDK versions to the Java 8. So let's see the fun part of this vulnerabilities. Of course, this vulnerability has a very serious one and it has a very high critical score, but there is some fun here as well. So if you depth into these vulnerabilities, the main cause of this vulnerability is Spring doesn't care about. I mean, they didn't much care about the JDK 9 updates. Uh, that's where the issue is came. But the JDK 9 has released. It was released almost in July 2017. So this vulnerability has been living almost since 5 years in all the apps and applications. So this is so crazy of these vulnerabilities. That's a fun part of these vulnerabilities.
So that's all, guys, about Spring RCE vulnerability. Uh, so please keep eye on the Spring blog because the more update comes when they found more attacking patterns of the Spring framework. So thank you, guys. Thanks for watching this video.